Hello, dears, how are you? You might have seen some of the people around you who are having the ability to think, to plan, and to execute their projects in quite a strategic manner. So, these people are having the ability to strategize their movements because there is a hell of difference in the plain work and in a strategically developed and designed plans. So my dear friends and fellows, there is no match at all between those people who have the ability to think strategically, to execute their plans in a strategic manner, and those people who are although sensible enough, but they are lacking the strategic approach. And this is going to be the topic of our today's discussion. How can we develop ourselves as a person who have the ability to think strategically, to execute their plans? So I think that our topic of today is going to be a very useful one. First of all, we need to know, cultivate a long-term perspective. We do have to cultivate a long-term perspective, and this can be done. Think beyond the present. Consider the potential long-term consequences. Think beyond the present. So that is the number one thing to do. Once we are trying to become, we are trying to cultivate a long term perspective. Think beyond the present. And the second is, set clear goals. Setting of clear goals are not only the clear one, but at the same time the goal should be achievable. The goal should be a realistic one. And some of the people say that the goal should be a SMART goal. SMART is an abbreviation containing the five letters. S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for achievable or attainable, R stands for the relevant, and T stands for the time bound. So the goal should be clear on the one hand and achievable or realistic one on the other hand. Now the third point, as far cultivating the long-term perspective is concerned, it is about prioritize, focus on the most important tasks, focusing on the most important tasks and activities that align with your goals. That is, prioritize. And this was the 3 point agenda for cultivating a long term perspective. Moving to the next segment, that says develop critical thinking and analysis. Development of critical thinking and analysis. Although this critical thinking does not mean that we have to just keep criticizing without a reason. We need to become objective, but somehow it is really important that are you know we are developing the critical thinking and analysis. For this purpose, we need to do, first of all, gather relevant information, collecting data and insights to inform your decisions. Collecting data and insights to inform your decision. Our decision should be well informed one, and to be able to make the right sort of decision, we need to collect the data, we need to look for the insights as well. Now the second thing, to that is analyze complex situations. And how can it be done? Break down complex problems into manageable components. Breaking down of complex problems into the manageable components. And the third thing is that evaluate options, weigh the pros and the cons of different courses of action. If at all you are going to do something else, there will be definitely more than one ways to do that. And if at all there are more than one ways to do something else, then it is direly needed to somehow do the pros and cons of every option separately. So that is evaluating the options. So this is how to develop a critical thinking and develop the ability to analyze the thing. So now the next segment says that foster a culture of continuous learning. Foster the culture of continuous learning. How can it be done? By the way, that is the number one thing is that stay curious, develop the curiosity in yourself and stay curious, maintain a desire to learn and to improve. Maintaining a desire to learn and to improve. Now the second thing is that seek feedback. Seeking of the feedback, that is encourage others to provide constructive feedback. Encouraging others to provide the constructive feedback, that is how we can seek the feedback. The third point is reflect on your experiences. Reflecting on your experiences, analyze your successes and analyze your failures as well. Analyze your successes and your failures to identify areas for improvement. Why to analyze our successes and the failures? For the purpose of identifying the areas for improvement. Because if at all we don't do that, obviously it is going to be a catastrophic one. So for that reason it is really important, and that was the third segment of our today's talk about fostering a culture of continuous learning. Now the next segment, the next part of our discussion is encourage collaboration and communication. Encourage collaboration and encourage communication as well. How can it be done? Again, by pursuing the 3 points. The number one thing is build strong relationship. Building of word of strong, that is strong relationships. How can it be done? That is foster open and honest communication with others. Fostering of open communication, fostering of honest communication with others. That is how we can build the strong relationships. Now the second point is seek diverse perspectives. Seeking of different and direct perspective, diverse perspectives. How can it be done? That is encourage input from people with different backgrounds and with a different expertise. That is encourage input from the people with the different backgrounds and with the different perspectives. Now the third thing is that is communicate effectively. Effective communication. How can we communicate effectively? That is clearly articulate your thoughts, your plans and your expectations. That is clearly articulate your thoughts, your plans and your expectations as well. So that is how we can encourage the collaboration and the communication. Now the next segment says that is encourage adaptability and resilience. Embracing adaptability and resilience as well. How can it be done? Again, there are 3 points. The point number one is stay flexible. Stay flexible. Be willing to adjust your plans. Be willing to adjust your plans in response to the changing circumstances. That is how we can stay flexible. And the number two is manage risks. Risk management. How can it be done? Identify potential risks and develop contingency plan. Identify potential risk and develop contingency plans as well. So that is the third point says learn from failures. Learning from failures, and that is view failures as opportunities for growth and for improvement. So that is how we can embrace the adaptability, and we can adopt the resilience as well, by staying flexible, by managing the risk, by learning from the failures. Moving to the next segment, that says leverage technology and leverage data as well. And for that purpose, the first thing is stay up to date with the industry trends. Staying up to date with the industry trends, utilize data to identify patterns, to identify opportunities, and to identify challenges as well. So that is stay up to date with the industry trend. Number two is explore new tools and platforms as well. Exploring new tools and new platforms as well. How? By continuously seek new technology, by continuously seeking new technologies and platform to improve efficiency and to improve effectiveness as well. So that was something really very beneficial and interesting, and that was about how to developing a mindset, a strategic mindset. And indeed, anybody with the strategic mindset is a great asset, is the finest man, is the most capable man for oneself, for for one's family, for one's industry, for the company this person is leading, or the company this person is found in. And for that reason and purpose, there are certain things to do. First of all, cultivate long term perspective by thinking beyond the present, by setting clear goals, by prioritizing. Now the second segment, that says develop critical thinking and analysis by gathering relevant information, and by analyzing complex situations, and by evaluating the options. Now, then the next segment says foster a culture of continuous learning by staying curious, by seeking feedback, by reflecting on experiences. And now still the next segment, that says encourage collaboration and communication. Encourage collaboration and communication by building strong relationships, by seeking direct perspectives, and by communicating effectively. Then after that, there is the next segment, which says embrace adaptability and resilience by staying flexible, by managing risk, by learning from failures. And now the last segment says that leveraging technology and data, stay up to date with the industry trend, and that is explore new tools and the new platforms as well. So that was very beneficial discussion indeed. And now the last few words, by incorporating these elements into your daily life, you will be well on your way to developing a strategic mindset that will serve you well in both personal and professional growth as well. Developing a growth mindset, indeed something which is highly beneficial for the personal life, as well for the personal growth, as well as for the professional growth as well. So that is all from me today. Thank you very much.